Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Here I am moving myself around again. Today's Friday, April 20th, 2018. Day number one, back to the combine. Um, Once again, if you missed yesterday's video, or what I saw was that we had a down day yesterday. And, you know, last time I want to talk about it, so I might as well talk about it. I was a hair breadth splicing, or hair width splicing, let's say, of being able to not only stay in the funded account, but more than likely be able to turn it all the way around and probably go black if I could have traded a little bit better on Tuesday. Tuesday was the day that I took a little bit, well, actually, I shouldn't even have traded Tuesday. I should have just traded Wednesday on inventory and then maybe not even trade again until the next Wednesday. So until I got myself out of the hole. But all right, so that's past. Let's go into the future now. Let's go talk about today and the rest of this period of time. I'm in the 30K combine. Excuse me. One thing I like about the 30K combine now is it has a 2K profit target in both stages, step one and step two. So both of these, you've got to be able to hit 2,000 both times. So that's been my high water mark pretty much in the funded account. My funded high was 1,900 before I had 3 days of losing and pulled it down to I think 1,000, and then took the check for 1,000 back in February. So yesterday I went and paid the $150, and it's every 30 days, and it says something about May 20th will be when it's charged again. So I'm already anticipating that I'm going to have another $150 charge in this process of getting from step one through step two and getting qualified. So I project that I'll trade every day just like I normally do in Combine and FTP. And but what so all right, so that's what's going on. What's really on my mind right now is that I'm at peace with myself. I can take the bannering that you guys are dishing out right now, calling me crazy, insane, emotional problems, mental instability. Bring it all on. I'm finally at peace. I mean, it did. And honest, I just got to tell you, it was of all the funded accounts I've been in, which, oh man, I'm struggling here. Hold on a second. Apologize. I think something out in the air outside is the pollen starting to get up here. Need to start taking my honey again. Oh, by the way, there's a little side trip. One of the best remedies for allergies is ingesting or taking and partaking of local honey around your area to get accustomed to the pollen that is in your area. And I need to get back on that regimen again. Things are starting to bloom finally up here in western Pennsylvania. Our plum tree out here is blooming, and other things are starting to bloom. I had to cut the grass last week for the first time in this year. I know if you live in the South, you've probably been mowing for 2 months now. The weather's been behind up here. It's usually a month behind what, like my mom in Nashville, the dogwoods had bloomed a month ago down there. Anyway, so what was I talking about before I got sidetracked? Yeah, me being able to take the bantering, the cat calling, all the things that normally I enjoy seeing in some sense, the hate, even the haters sometimes that like to hate on me. It's I'm in a better place now. I mean, I'm physically at peace with myself. Um, I learned a few things inside of that last funded account that I didn't necessarily like about my trading, and I'm trying to remedy that into the Combine, FTP, and then moving forward into the funded account. How long will it take me to get the funded? I have no clue. I mean, it might take the rest of the summer to get there. But the crude oil market is a double-edged sword. I mean, today I pulled out 29 ticks overall. I finished up $267.90, I believe, 80 cents. So today, on day one, I made it a positive day. And I was trading on the short side. I was trading in the wheelhouse that I like to trade. It was in between pivot point and S1 today. That's my strongest trading setup that I have in my arsenal. And it's also one of those that I'm not scared to take on two contracts in between pivot point and S1, as well, as you'll see on the video that's rendering that my winner, after being down 16 ticks, was to be able to turn that around to, I think, a 52 tick win. It was up at 36 ticks. There was the ability to get a lot more, I believed, in the market at that point in time. I know it was options, not options, futures expiration today on April 20th, but we had changed contracts back on Tuesday to June. So I thought maybe today we take a shot down. What I was looking for was a GAN number of 66.96 today. It didn't reach that, obviously. It went down to 67.49, I believe, was the low as I stopped the video and my trading day at 11:30 my time, 10:30. So I was trading roughly, I guess that would be from 2.5 hours that I was watching the market today. That's plenty on a Friday, and really it's plenty on most trading days to have what I would call sessions, to be able, just like if you're at a casino, you don't want to stay at the table forever. You're going to give back most of your gains if you stay there. You got to be able, as the Kenny Rogers song said, know when to fold them and know when to walk away. Know when to run. Um, so trade your edge, and I'm becoming more comfortable what my trading edge is. Obviously, I know that I'm extremely good at hitting that shorts up for big gains. I also know I'm not very good at trading the long side of the market. There was a day that I think was last inventory day that I got out early and the market went up another 80 ticks before it finally stopped. It went up almost to R2, I think. So I had a target. If you go back and look at that video, I think it was um, April 11th video, I believe. There was an opportunity that I had talked about that I thought the market could get. If I'm not mistaken, I think I said 67.44 or something like that. I believe the market could run to 10. It was 10 ticks under the R2 line. If and buts were candy and nuts, and I take that trade on, and I take that extra 80 ticks, and then this week being the way it was, I would have been up probably $1,000 in the funded account, at least. So patience. I wrote back on my board over here. It says, patience is my best friend and impatience is my worst enemy. That, in a nutshell, is how I blew my funded account. Not, I can make all kinds, well, yeah, you call it an excuse. The beast account, the 666 account, it just wasn't meant to be, and I'm at peace with it. I didn't want that account. I guess I'll handle a 6 if the ends on a 6, but I will never trade at Top Step Trader any account that ends in 666 ever again, or even 66 better than 666. And I saw your comment, by the way, Brian, about being born in June and born in 66. So My youngest son is born in June. He's born on June 29th, and he will be 13 this year. My oldest is a freshman now, and they both think I'm nuts. I mean, just like most of my outside of my family thinks that trading is that zero sum game, is a losing proposition, and um, it's like my golf game back when I used to be a golfer. I was a scratch golfer at my best, and I'm a scratch day trader at best right now as well, and I recognize that. And but I want to continue down this road. It's like I made a comment to, I think, Infinite Solutions. Um, I want to trade my own money. I want to go down this journey. I know that many successful people didn't realize the success that they had until after the age of 50. Um, Most of the mentors and things that I've followed and watched didn't see any level of success. I guess some of us just have to get that doctorate in trading by the School of Hard Knocks to be able to earn a living as a day trader. Um, I'm close. I can see, I've written down things that I know that I'm pretty good at. I know I'm pretty good. My best trade setup happens between pivot point and S1. My second best trade setup happens between when the market's going R1 to pivot. Where I struggle is anything above R1. So if R1 is my nemesis on the short side, maybe that's where I should be more inclined to take on longs above the R1 mark until proven otherwise. Likewise, I mean, I'm really good when we go below S1 to S2. You won't see me trying to take on a long down there. Like I'm taking on a short above R1. Today, I guess you could have argued that you could have taken on your long below S1 and it made a nice move up to, was it 68.20 or something, I think, when I was turning off the computers. It moved all the way back on the 5-minute chart to the 200 bar SMA on a closing basis. So on low volume, by the way, and that happens an awful lot on expiration and on, I guess in this case, settlement day. Um, but once again, I looked at this being a little bit different since we moved to June's contract on Tuesday at Top Step Trader. They forced everyone to move to June. So that means that the front contract moved from May to June on Tuesday. May closes out today. And I thought, a lot of the people have already shifted between contracts, and therefore we can add a momentum driven day into Friday, a lower low day, and then culminate it with day 3 being Monday. So, and then turn around Tuesday. That's still my overriding plan right now is Monday, a down day into Tuesday, turn around Tuesday, and then where we go from there. So that's the overriding plan. Obviously things can change, but I still go in with that same plan. I believe that markets move in 3s to 5s. It's not working on the short side right now that way, but it's obviously working on the long side. You can go back and count how many up days to how many down days, with the exception, I think, in February, there was a nice down movement in February. Outside of late February, there really hasn't been a lot of down to say. So all of March and pretty much all of April have been up for the most part. So I recognize the fact that I'm a short trader trading into an up market, which I guess in a sense might be the definition of insanity. So I'm trying my best to think my logic to be able to find areas inside of a market that I'm comfortable taking on a long, knowing that I've most likely got to run with a deeper stop on any long because of retracement that happens inside of that mark. So uh, taking on a concept that I learned a long time ago from Joe Ross called Trader's Trick Entry. You see that in my fake out entries on the shorts now. In fact, my trade setup that I took on today is just Joe Ross's patented TTE that I took on as I relate his Trader's Trick entry into my day trading into that 89 tick chart that you see. So that was where that comes from and why I was so strong at doubling up on that, because it looked like, and not only was it trading at the 6,800 level, it was struggling at that point in time to even get above it. So it just looked like a good point to take a shot at that point. And it was a good shot. I mean, it went down to 49. If I would have taken both contracts out at that 49 level, if I would have got that whole move from 97 to 49, what was that? It would have been 50. I guess that could have been a really nice day if I would have held that whole time. But you can't I don't know too many people that can guess the low. I It certainly didn't show like a couple days prior that showed a 4,000 volume bar that there was a time for it to clear out. I mean, if I had seen a really high red volume bar, I'd have cleared out of the trade and maybe pulled a $500 day out today. So it didn't show that kind of volume when I saw it get down, and it went from, if I'm not mistaken, that we had a low of the session at 65, I believe. Then it went to 59, and then it went down to 49. So it broke through from 65 down to 49 at that point, and there wasn't a lot of associated buying volume in that move that started driving it back up. But sometimes, well, I guess one of the things that I keep saying is Friday can do anything. Friday is one of those days that the market can go up a dollar, down a dollar, and finish break even. It's just one of those crazy, crazy trading days. It's also one of those days that the market can tank $2 to $3 or go up $2 to $3. I mean, Friday is like, I guess in a sense, is like taking on your rival across town, and you can throw out the scores and the records because they're gonna give you their best game because it's the rival game. And Friday is like that. I mean, it's up this way, it's down this way. It sometimes it doesn't make any sense, and I guess that's just the way it is that you trade your, I guess in this sense, I traded my bias, and my bias was that we would continue the downward movement from yesterday, from the topping pattern on Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, that we would see a continuation of that down move into next week, Monday into Tuesday being sometime where that market could make a low and then move off of that again. But once again, that's just hearsay until the market does what it wants to do. So have your plan is what I'm getting at. Try to trade it if it shows the right setup for you. And if it's not, then I got to be wise enough to stand aside or understand that trade itself being a short probably should be a long in that case. So if it's not doing what I perceive it should do, then my logic should be able to switch and flip-flop to the other side. So it's that old edge of a trading, try not to get married to a trade or a setup or things of that nature. I mean, know your strong points, know your weaknesses, and know how to trade. I guess that's it. Know how to trade. Know where you're strong and where you're weak. You would think I'd know that already. I forget sometimes, and maybe it's all the Diet Pepsi I've drank. I doubt it. But what I seem to figure out and understand is how to trade inside an environment, in this case at Top Step Trader, with a very low stop loss type of mentality. And I did debate, by the way. I had a debate inside my head about should I take on the 50K account and trade for 3,000 with a 2,000 and 1,000 weekly loss. But I know me. I know the way I am. If I have $1,000 available to draw down, I'll take that 1,000 on and I'll trade two, and I know that I'll have days where I'll give up close to $1,000 if I have that available to me. So if I'm not comfortable at being able to take $1,000 loss right now, I'd rather, and it's been said, if you can't trade one contract successfully, you're not going to be able to trade two contracts successfully. So right now, I'm comfortable that I'm a scratch trader trading one contract 90 something percent of the time. Adding that second component and then putting myself in added risk, I just don't see that being profitable at this point in time in my trading career. Doesn't mean it's not for you, but what I know is trade into your strength. Trade what you know, as Charles Schwab would say, trade what you know, and allow yourself the ability to grow from your own experiences. So my experience has, this is where I am at this point in my life. I mean, would I like to be a multimillionaire by 51? Wouldn't everybody? And if you are a multimillionaire, why are you watching me in the first place? But don't we all, I mean, our end goal, if you're a trader, is is to make a better life for your family, if you have a family, or make a better life for yourself. That's the reason that I would say 99% of us got involved in trading. After we got rid of the get rich quick scheme of trading, then we looked at it as being one of the last bastions of true capitalism, where you can come from nothing and make something of yourself. All right, that's where most of us are. That's where I am, and I would say 90% of my viewers out there are in the same boat I'm in. We're all trying to do something to make something better, and it's something to not poo-poo away either. Because if you lose your dream, if that dream is to be a better person, to become a good trader, whatever the dream is, if you lose that dream, if you lose that passion and desire, then it's time to walk away from whatever that is and dream another dream. I haven't lost my passion for trading. It's been dulled sometimes. It's been beaten up sometimes. It's been torn asunder sometimes. But, if you can dust yourself off after getting beaten up, pick yourself off the ground, you're bloodied, you might have a couple broken bones, but you're still living. Pick out the shards of glass, take hot water across your face and wash off the blood. You're still living, you're still breathing. And if you have a low risk environment like here at Top Step Trader, you're not out thousands upon thousands of dollars. The only money that I'm out right now is my educational budget that I've already allocated from the beginning of this year. So I would have already spent this money on God knows what. But this money that I'm spending at Top Step Trader has already been spent. It's just part of what I set aside each and every year to better myself. I suggest that you do the same, because that's pretty much why I sell insurance, to fund my trading career. And obviously I have a little bit of money set aside to pay the bills and whatnot to keep the lights on. But I would love to be able to someday. What if you ask me what my goal is? It's to be able to walk down to my wife's shop, and I love Judy, her boss, with all my heart, but to be able to say, Janice, I've made enough money that you can walk away today. We're good. We're good. You don't need to go to work. You can cut back to 2 days a week, or you can come in 1 day a week, or whatever that is for her. She's the type of person that still would want to work because she enjoys what she does. But to be able to have the freedom to go down there and tell her that you don't have to do it anymore. That's what drives me. More than anything else, that's what drives me as a person. The other thing that drives me is knowing that my kids are quickly coming to college age, and there's got to be some more money there. I mean, I can't rely on both of them getting scholarships, full rides. As good as an athletes that they are, full scholarships are few and far between, and half academic. I mean, honestly, I don't want them coming out with $120,000, $150,000 in debt to start a career. That just, to me, that seems like the definition of insanity. My youngest son has a passion maybe to come and take up the trading business, but I would like to be able to have a system down that is workable at that point. And I've shown him different odds and ends of how things can work, but not everything is in stone. That's why I have my journal and I write in them, because I document things that aren't working, things that are working, and if something would happen to me, we're only guaranteed this moment, right? The present moment that we're living in is the only guarantee that we have if you believe in anything as far as a Christian faith goes. I mean, we're not guaranteed tomorrow, and yesterday is past. The only thing that we know is what's going on here and now, right? I mean, we could argue about flat earth, spherical earth, and all the rest of this stuff, but that's all irrelevant. The only thing that is right now, the right here, the right now. That's the only thing that we're guaranteed. I guess that's about it. So that's my Friday talk. I like to chit chat to around 30 minutes on a Friday. We're at 27 and a half right now. Let's call it. Hopefully you enjoy these Friday talks. I'm at peace. And I know I'm at peace when I can handle all the negative comments that come across, and I actually look forward to seeing them in a sense. And honestly, I didn't feel that way all of April when I got that. When I saw that funded account number of 666 and knowing we're trading around 66, it just seemed really, really ominous to me. I wished it didn't. I wished I didn't feel that way, but and then to know that one day, I think a couple days, the close itself was 66.66. I mean, it just, I know you think it's an excuse, but it just, I wished I wished I could have traded the 666 account and looked at it as I'm taking money from the beast, and every dollar I make is money that the beast doesn't have. I mean, I tried every trick that I could think of to get me to think positive in a negative situation. But when you get up in the morning, there was days that I didn't get up till 11:30. That's not me. That's, I was an honest to God depression in this sense going into, and I haven't been in that kind of frame of mind for a long period of time. But I just felt like the deck was stacked against me, and for better or for worse, when Top Step Trader wouldn't work with me and help me, I felt as though I was doomed in this particular account, and where it became reality in that sense. And maybe you could argue that I allowed it to be reality, but my superstitious nature that I am didn't allow me to overcome the negative influence of all that. So the sun's shining now. Um, I'm in a better place now. I don't feel the pressure that I had. I just felt like that dark cloud that was over for so long has been lifted. And it is, whether, what if I once I get the funded, if I may stay in funded or not, I don't know what's going to happen. But this experience that I'm going through, I believe is leading to something. Maybe it's just leading to crazy town. But I gotta keep believing in my dream. My dream tells me that it's leading to somewhere good. Uh, so I'll keep going at it. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. I appreciate you watching today. I appreciate my haters. I appreciate those that give me the love. And those that are on the fence, I love y'all. I do. I get frustrated at times, and I want to apologize to my haters. I usually can take the personal attacks. I'm pretty thick-skinned, but I really, really struggled more than I've ever struggled since I started at Top Step Trader. It was a sense of dread that I felt each and every day that I was trading the Beast account. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now.